Well, welcome and greetings, you beautiful people. I tell you, from standing up here, it's just a beautiful sight. And on behalf of the National Alumni Association, we just thank each and every one of you for being here this evening. It is going to be a great event, and we just hope that you enjoy it, and so you can come back next year. So on behalf of the National Alumni Association, greetings.
Welcome back. Welcome home. Welcome to homecoming. I am excited and honored to serve here as the Chancellor at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff in this, my first year, in this, my first homecoming. This is a grand occasion. As I look out among you, I see you. You are beautiful. And I thank you for all of your support, and I am excited about what is in store on this evening as we are here to honor some of the best among us. We thank you and have a good time this evening.
Everyone doing good tonight? I, like Dr. Alexander, this is my first time to be able to speak before each and every one of you. On behalf of the city of Pine Bluff, we welcome you. We thank you for coming back to our wonderful city. We thank you for your continued dedication, your passion for this wonderful, wonderful school, and that we hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And with this, I would like for each and every one, let's see, where's my water glass? Okay. I would like for each and every one of you to raise your voices and raise your glass, and let's make a toast to UAPB, to a wonderful weekend, and to a magnificent journey moving forward for our city and our school. And with that, thank you for coming tonight. Hear, hear.
All right, put your hands together for UAPB. Come on. All right. We're so glad to be here with you this evening, and we want to share a little musical selection with you. One of our old-time jazz favorites, entitled Summertime, made famous from Portland, Mass. want some more? Come on, put your hands together. Put your hands together for Cliff the Hawk Hawkins. On keyboard, Mr. Sheldon Joshua. Joshua on keyboard. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your mom is good looking. Hey, so hush, little baby, don't you cry. Summertime, yeah, summertime.
As we prepared for the induction of the 2013 class, let me tell you a little bit about the UAPB AMNN National Alumni Hall of Fame induction. The first inaugural class of the Hall of Fame was inducted on September 2nd, 1998, at the Peabody Hotel in Little Rock, Arkansas. The Hall of Fame recognizes individuals for their contributions to our alma mater and for their personal character accomplishments in their chosen fields. The honor is well earned. It is not only a compliment for the past, but reflects upon the future. There were 10 honorees in the inaugural class, with 3 receiving posthumous honors. Including the 2013 class that will be inducted this evening, there have been 70 honorees with 11 posthumous honors. And now, the 2013 honorees. Our first honoree is Mr. Herbert Carter. Mr. Herbert Carter is a 1956 graduate of AMNN College, where he obtained a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology. He went on to study education at California State University and earned his doctorate in public administration from the University of Southern California. Professionally, he has served in several leadership positions. From 1967 to 1973, he served as the executive director of the LA County Human Relations Commission. He has served various administrative positions in California State University Chancellor's Office. He was later appointed to the position of the Executive Vice Chancellor for the university. From 1992 to 1995, he served as the President and CEO of the United Way of Greater Los Angeles, before returning to his role as a trustee professor at California State University in Dominguez Hills, and then advancing to president. From 1999 to 2002, he served as special consultant for California State University. Mr. Carter has guest lectured at many colleges and universities around the state of California, including UCLA, Cal State Los Angeles, Dominguez Hills, Santa Barbara, and Riverside, as well as Whittier College, Pepperdine University, and Pomona College. He is also a member of many organizations, including the California State University Board of Trustees, where he currently serves as chairman. He is a member of the Board of Regents for Loyola Marymount University, the Vice Chairman of the California Achievement Council, and member of the Board of Counselors for the University of Southern California. He has been honored as an Educator of the Year by the Intercity Exchange, Outstanding Community Leader by the California State Legislature. He has received the Community Service Award from the City of Los Angeles, received the Medal of Excellence by the Golden State Life Insurance Company, a Commendation for Leadership by the U.S. Congress, and the Excellence in Education Award by the Church of Christian Fellowship, among many other honors. Bill Gates once said, "As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others." It is evident Mr. Carter is properly poised. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Herbert Carter. Our next honorees, Mr. John and Mrs. Clementine Kelly, are a dynamic duo who have committed their lives in pursuit of excellence in education. They say beside every great man stands a great woman. How many ladies out there agree with that? Ms. Clementine Kelly is no exception to that rule. She declared her personal objective to pursue excellence in education early on. Upon graduating from Tate High School in Marble, Arkansas, Ms. Kelly attended A&M College, Arkansas Baptist, Harding College, the University of Arkansas, the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, the University of Central Arkansas, Henderson State University, Washington Baptist University, and Hampton Institute in Hampton, Virginia. Having graduated from Hampton's rival institution, I must say what an amazing woman they had graced their campus. Ms. Kelly's educational journey led her to the life of teaching youngsters at College Station Elementary, Oak Grove Elementary, Booker Arts Magnet Elementary, and Fulbright Elementary in Little Rock. She also served as an educational coordinator for the National Youth Sports Program. Her affiliations are many. She is a member of the National Education Association, the Arkansas Education Association, she is the international president of the Association for Childhood Education, the president of Elegant Ladies Incorporated, chairperson for the United Negro College Fund. Her service also extends to UAPB, where Ms. Kelly serves as the chair of the UAPB Alumni Scholarship Endowment Fund Advisory Committee. She is president of the UAPB Golden Lion Foundation Executive Board and a UAPB Alumni Executive Board member. She and husband John are the parents of Patricia Kelly White and son-in-law Frank White. The couple's grandchildren, Simone and Wesley, have clearly hit a gold mine with grandparents who have demonstrated a lifelong commitment to equipping young people with the tools for educational success. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Clementine Kelly. Mr. John Kelly is a 1964 graduate of A&M College, and he is as equally passionate about young people as he is for the field of science. Having studied earth science and physical science during college, Mr. Kelly earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture Education and earned a Master's degree in Educational Administration. Combining his love of science with his desire to make a difference in the lives of youth, Mr. Kelly served as a science teacher at Oak Grove High School and Harris Hills High School in Pulaski County Special School District. He also taught science at Dunbar Junior High in Little Rock and taught biology at Parkview High before ascending to assistant principal for Parkview and Little Rock Central High. But wait, Mr. Kelly's involvement with youth didn't end in the classroom. Passionate about sports, he has also served as a basketball, football, and track and field coach, as well as the program director for the National Youth Sports Program. Obviously, we know who the Golden Lions can look to in the stands tomorrow to get inspiration and support. Mr. Kelly is actively involved in many educational associations around the state of Arkansas, including the Arkansas Association of Educational Administrators, the Arkansas Officials Association, the NAACP, the Royal Knight Society Incorporated, and of course, the UAPB AMN National Alumni Association. He is the recipient of many awards for his dedication to young people, and he has, well, he's a triple threat, an outstanding educator, he has a passion for sports, and in 1974, Mr. John Kelly was crowned UAPB AMN Alumni King. Now that's a hard act to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. John Kelly. Our next honoree is Pine Bluff native, Lieutenant Colonel Annie M. Nelson. Lieutenant Colonel Nelson attended Merrill, Southeast High, and Pine Bluff High Schools. It was that time in her life that she discovered her passion for English composition literature, thus leading to her being inducted in the National Honor Society, which was the first of many honors for Nelson. In 1969, she enrolled at AMN College, where she continued to be recognized for her outstanding academic achievements. She was selected to be a who's who among colleges and universities, a member of the National Honor Society, and on the Dean's List, and later became one of the first co-op students in dietetics to receive a dietetic internship at the VA Medical Center in Little Rock. Upon graduating in 1973 with a degree in institutional dietetics, Lieutenant Colonel Nelson moved to Kansas City, Missouri to begin a dietetics internship at the Kansas City General Hospital, which is now Truman Medical Center. She served there from July 74 to July 75. She later furthered her education at Central Michigan University, earning a Master of Science Administration degree in Health Services Administration. She practiced as a registered dietitian at various hospitals in the Kansas City area, and later accepted a position with the state of Missouri in mental health as a clinical dietitian. There she remained for 7 years before accepting a position as a dietary consultant surveyor with the Department of Health and Senior Services. She worked on that job from 1990 until her recent retirement in August of 2012. Lieutenant Colonel Nelson served 30 years with the state government. In 1983, while working as a clinical dietitian, Nelson enlisted in the Air Force Reserves as an air cargo specialist. She was commissioned in the Army as second lieutenant in 1986 and served as food service officer and chief of nutrition services of the 325th CSH. She spent 3 years in the Air Force Reserves as an enlisted soldier and 24 years and 8 months in the Army as a commissioned officer. Her mobilization assignments included David Dwight Eisenhower Army Medical Center at Fort Gordon, Augusta, Georgia, where she managed a $2.5 million budget of a production and services branch, provided leadership, mentored and supervised 75 military and civilian personnel, and coordinated equipment purchases and requirements for the dining room. At Moncrief Army Community Hospital in Fort Jackson, Columbia, South Carolina, Lieutenant Colonel Nelson served as chief of the Nutrition Care Division. Some of her duties there included the following: managing all phases of nutrition education, administration of food production, and services with staff in a 60-bed hospital while renovating the dining room and cafeteria of that hospital. While in the military, Lieutenant Colonel Nelson also received the Airman of the Month Award, the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, the Army Reserves Component Achievement Medal, and National Defense Service Medal. At home, not done yet, she's an active member of her church and participates in many civic initiatives that promote nutrition and provide aid to veterans. She participated in a humanitarian mission trip to Eleuthera, Bahamas. She was prepared and served food to homeless veterans sponsored by the Veterans of Foreign War in the Stand Down program. She provided over 500 military beneficiaries with nutritional information at a military retirees' health fair, and on several occasions, she visits a nursing home to provide activities to residents of the facility. She is a member of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics as a registered dietitian, the State of Missouri Licensure Registration as a licensed dietitian, and a Missouri Dietetics Association member, and Reserves Officer Association lifetime membership. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Annie Nelson. The Lois Bowers holds a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and a certificate in diversity management and healthcare from Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. Over the years, she has participated in numerous leadership development courses, including the Aspen Institute for Young Executives. She is currently the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion at Christus Health in Irving, Texas, an international Catholic faith-based health system comprised of almost 350 services and facilities, which has over 30,000 employees. Ms. Bowers also leads the development and implementation of short and long-term strategies, plans, and programs within Christus Health Diversity and Inclusion Work Plan. As a change champion, she provides leadership in the development of a culture that celebrates and thrives with a diverse and inclusive group of associates, medical staff, and business partners participating or serving in the healing ministry of Christus Health. Ms. Bowers has previously held senior leadership roles as the head of diversity and inclusion in several major organizations, such as Trinity Health, the fourth largest Catholic healthcare system, where she was instrumental in launching their Equity in Care initiative to ensure that all patients are given equitable care as they enter each Trinity Health facility. Ms. Bowers also worked for the Kellogg Company in late 2004 as the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion after spending 5 years at the Whirlpool Corporation, where she served as Vice President of Global Diversity. In this role, she developed and implemented a wide range of diversity strategies and initiatives for employees in the community of Benton Harbor, Michigan. Through her leadership and vision, she bridged the gap between two polarized communities, Benton Harbor and St. Joseph in Michigan, resulting in economic development, fair housing, job growth, and improved racial relations. She is a member of several boards and professional organizations, including the National Association of African Americans in Health Human Resources, Christus Health Advocacy and Public Policy Council. She has a lifetime membership with the NAACP, the UAPB National Alumni Association, the UAPB Youth Motivation Task Force, the Vice Chair of the American Leadership Council of Diversity and Inclusion. She's the Executive Committee of the National Association of Health Services Executives. She's a member of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and she's a lifetime member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Ms. Bowers mentors and coaches aspiring leaders and corporate executives throughout the country. She has delivered several training seminars, taught courses at several institutions, and has given speeches to numerous groups, including students attending Notre Dame University, Hampton University, the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, Andrews University, and Northern Caribbean University. She is currently being featured in Savoy Magazine's fall issue and was featured in Uptown Professional as one of the top 100 executives in America. And she's featured in Heart and Soul Magazine as one of the top women executives in healthcare. Ms. Bowers is married to Benny Bowers Jr., the retired lieutenant commander with the Michigan State Police, and the two have 2 adult children, Jonathan Bowers and Joy Bowers. Jonathan is of Boston, Massachusetts. Her daughter Joy lives in Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Lois Bowers. Our next inductee is Mr. James Robert Bell, who is a native of Helena, Arkansas, where he attended Eliza Miller High School. During his high school tenure, he was an outstanding running back for the school's football team. Upon graduation in 1949, he was awarded a scholarship to play football at A&M College. However, shortly thereafter, he entered the United States Air Force and returned to A&M in 1954, graduating in 1957 with a bachelor's degree in health and physical education. After his graduation, Dr. Bell traveled to Tuskegee, Alabama to acquire clinical hours in corrective therapy practice at the Veterans Administration Hospital in Tuskegee. He was then hired by the VA hospital in Bath, New York, where he remained for 1 year before moving to Boston, Massachusetts, to work as a graduate assistant in VU's Graduate School of Education. He remained there for 3 years and received a master's and a certificate of advanced specialization in health education. In 1961, he accepted employment at Talladega College in Talladega, Alabama, and he served as chairperson of the Health and Physical Education Department and as head basketball coach. However, 1 year later, his alma mater called him. He answered the call and accepted an instructor's position in the Department of Health and Physical Education in 1962. This was the beginning of his tenure at AMN UAPB that lasted for almost 30 years. In his first years at AMN UAPB, Dr. Bell taught basic health topics and the advanced courses in kinesiology. Then he decided to change his instructional discipline. In so doing, he pursued a Doctor of Philosophy degree with an emphasis in educational technology at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, Illinois. Upon his return to campus in 1973, Dr. Bell was appointed the university's first independent Title III coordinator. There he served in numerous capacities, including Director of Development, Director of Institutional Research, Director of Planning and Evaluation, and Director of the Learning Resources Center, which was later named after him in 2007. In addition, he was the first graduate professor from AMN UAPB to receive Class II status in the University of Arkansas's graduate school. While serving his alma mater, he held significant roles in the community and state. These roles included Vice President for the Board of Directors of Southeast Arkansas Health Systems Agency. He served as a board member of Jenkins Memorial Center, Vice Chair of State Developmental Disabilities Board. He was a member of State Health Coordinating Council. He was a member of the Whitehall Planning Commission. He received the Lifetime Achievement Award with Southwest Provincial of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. He received he was a media consultant to Watson Chapel Public Schools, graduate professor at the University of Arkansas Schools of Continuing Education, member of the Committee for Restructuring Graduate Programs in the University System, and board member of Governors Jefferson Hospital. He received the Zeta Phi Beta Educational Achievement Award, visiting professor, Southern University, the Kennedy Foundation Fellowship, Southern Methodist University, served as president of the Southeast Arkansas Audiovisual Association, president of the Pine Bluff Citizens Boys Club, and initiated the charter effort to legitimate Little League Baseball in Pine Bluff. He was a Millennium Leader, published a featured article in the Audiovisual Instructor, now known as the Journal of Educational Technology. His abbreviated philosophy of education reads, if an institution of learning is to be worthy of its designation, it must be responsive, responsible, sensitive, and accountable. Operating in the presence of physical and intellectual resources calculated to meet the needs of those who are worthy, and to make such an opportunity mutually worthwhile. I firmly believe that the educational process should reflect the democratic principles that were couched in the founding of this great republic. Consequently, I believe that the student, teacher, and administrator should have the freedom to agree or disagree, so long as each has a mature responsibility which recognizes the consequences for others. If education is to survive and remain viable and dynamic, such freedom must not become a tool for the insensitive practitioner, nor should it become a functional concept which threatens those who for reasons find the concept annoying. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. James Bell. Josephine Bell is a native of Columbus, Georgia. She attended the public schools in Columbus and graduated from Spencer High School with honors. She received her Bachelor of Arts degree in Music Education and Voice from Talladega College in 1961 and continued her education in music education with emphasis in voice from the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville. There she also obtained her PhD from Kansas State University. Dr. Bell joined the faculty at AMN in 1963 and progressed in professional rank from instructor to full professor. During her 13-year reign as department chair, she was instrumental in advancing the Department of Music to a state-of-the-art educational facility. She played a major role in acquiring funding to house a 13 electronic keyboard lab, a 9-foot grand piano for the Fine Arts Auditorium, and 3 upright Baldwin classroom pianos. Additionally, with funding from Title III, a music technology lab and a sound recording 24-track lab. With her desire to expand the knowledge of young children and youth in music technology, she formed a partnership with the 34th Avenue Performing Arts School in Pine Bluff, which brought the elementary pupils to the music department for hands-on activities in the computer lab. Moreover, she co-authored a grant academic enrichment for the gifted in summer for junior high students throughout the state that was funded by the State Department for 4 consecutive summers, which she directed from 1996 to 1999. In 2000 and 2001, Dr. Bell coordinated 2 successful symposia on the music of African American composers, funded by a grant from the Arkansas Arts Council. She directed and organized the faculty staff chorale at UAPB from 1995 to 1999. Under Dr. Bell's leadership, the music department received its first 10-year re-accreditation from the National Association of Schools of Music, the accrediting agency for music. Also approved was an emphasis area of the music degree, sound recording technology. She continued the development and strengthening of the department, which included an organized string ensemble, curriculum expansion, scholarly faculty were hired, 3 faculty members were approved for sabbaticals to pursue doctoral study, and the music department grew from 30 majors to nearly 100. She has published several articles and wrote a number of funded grants. Dr. Bell is also a mezzo-soprano and has performed as a recitalist and soloist for many civic, social, and religious events throughout the state and beyond. She retired from UAPB June 30th of 2003 after more than 3 decades of professional service at the university. She is married to Dr. James Bell. They have 3 children, Bruce, Kimber, and Candace, and 2 grandchildren, Kristen and Cameron. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Josephine Bell. Artist and art educator Kevin Cole was born in Pine Bluff and has resided in Atlanta, Georgia since 1985, where he's received numerous awards both as an artist and arts educator. He received his formal education, a Bachelor of Science degree in art education, in 1982 from the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, a Master of Art degree in art education and painting from the University of Illinois Champaign, and a Master of Fine Art degree in drawing, fine arts, and art education from Northern Illinois University in DeKalb, Illinois. While at UAPB, Mr. Cole studied under the direction of Mr. Henry Linton Sr., who extends these accolades. Following a line of productive A&M and UAPB art graduates, Kevin Cole has developed a national reputation as one of the premier African-American visual artists working today. We are especially proud of his accomplishments as he stands as a shining example of what it means to be a successful artist and painter. He has completed several residencies, has been invited as a visiting artist, participated in symposiums, sat on panels, given lectures, and served as an art juror across the country at numerous institutions of art. Reflecting upon his works, Cole says, "Since 1992, I have deeply explored the interplay between color and music, particularly influenced by the musical art forms born out of African American culture, such as jazz, R&B, hip-hop, gospel, and blues. Additionally, my journey has led me to the incorporation of other idioms and symbols that go beyond American existence." Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kevin Cole. Johnny Terry Fleming is a native of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. She was married to the late Johnny Fleming, a graduate of Jackson State University, has 2 sons, Marcus and Philip, and graduated cum laude from Arkansas A&M College with a Bachelor of Arts in Education. She earned 2 master's degrees in counseling and guidance, one from University of Missouri St. Louis and business management from Western University in St. Louis, Missouri. Johnny currently serves as the Human Resource Director for the Federal Aviation Administration Central Region. She also served on extended details as a director in the Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago regional offices and National Motor Carriers Policy Office in Washington, D.C. She recently led the initiative to establish and implement a national centralized benefits center in Kansas City, Missouri, to service approximately 48,000 FAA employees. Johnny developed the concept and formed a partnership with all historically black colleges and universities associations in the greater Kansas City area. She's worked to establish a 501c3 organization for HBCUs. This association was chartered to provide an opportunity for prospective college students to learn more about HBCU institutions and financial aid opportunities. This network provides an opportunity to work with students who may not have an opportunity to attend college without the support and encouragement of the Alumni Association. She serves on UAP's AMN National Board of Directors. She chaired the chapter development and alumni luncheon committees and continues to serve on both committees. Ms. Williams is a member of Concord Fort Hope Church, where she serves as the board of directors for the Impact Wellness Center and an invitational counselor. She's a founding member of Blacks in Government, Society for Human Resource Management, the NAACP, and she's a Golden Life member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Donnie Terry Fleming. Hillary Dalton Jr.'s life has been guided by a powerful model: dare to do the impossible, and she has done just that. A native of Tamil, Arkansas, Dr. Henry's personal experiences growing up in a segregated South, where she picked cotton, milked cows, and attended inferior public schools, played a vital role in shaping her educational philosophy. These experiences gave her the determination to overcome the stigma that she would never amount to anything, and that she did. Dr. Henry earned a bachelor's degree in music education from AMN College, a master's degree in counselor education from Southern Illinois University, and a doctor of philosophy from Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. She credits the support of her family for her academic achievements. Doc, as she is affectionately known, has made it her life's mission to break down barriers so young people can obtain a solid education that leads to meaningful employment. She arrived in San Bernardino, California in September 1983, and after observing the alarming dropout rates in the area, she founded and became president of Provisional Educational Services Incorporated and the DBA Provisional Accelerated Learning Center. The center has provided continuous education, employment, and other related services since January 1996. In 1998, Dr. Henry retired as a full professor from California State University in San Bernardino, where she taught for 15 years. She was awarded the title of Professor Emeritus by the university's president, but what is most noteworthy about Dr. Henry's accomplishments is that she faced adversity head-on. After her marriage ended, she was faced with the reality of single parenting, but this single mother of 5 with 4 children to support chose to thrive despite her circumstances and re-entered college at age 38. Dr. Henry became the first African American to be tenured, the first to obtain the title of full professor and professor emeritus in the School of Education. She has received numerous prestigious national, state, and local awards for her work to prevent youngsters from dropping out of school. Her biography appears in several national and international publications. She has adopted the Roman rule: the one who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the one who is doing it. Dr. Henry, you are definitely doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Mildred Henry. Many Arkansans recognize the name Willie Booker as a pioneer for agriculture in the state of Arkansas. He served for 3 years as the farm manager in the 1,700-acre Pickens Black Farm over in Arkansas, and in 1957 joined the Extension Service in Ashley County. While serving as county agent, he acted as a foreign liaison between African students and trained them on horticulture and provided housing in his home until they returned to their homeland. Because of his superb accomplishments in Ashley County, Mr. Booker was selected as the County Agent of the Year in 1964. He also received a special award in recognition of his service in the human development in Ashley County and had a street named in his honor. Mr. Booker helped spearhead the first Rural Life Conference to enhance small farmers' expertise. He was one of the originators of farmers markets in Arkansas in the mid-70s, and he also started the first commercial chicken hatcheries and grape vineyards in Ashley County. In 1971, Mr. Booker was assigned to UAP to implement the first extension program. While at UAP, the program extended from 7 paraprofessionals in 4 counties to 18 paraprofessionals in 12 counties. In 1976, Mr. Booker was promoted to the state horticulturalist, a position he held until retirement. He is the author of numerous publications dealing with horticulture. In addition to his work around the state, Mr. Booker has a continued passion to his alma mater, as evidenced by his recruiting and sponsoring of students on campus visits. He has influenced hundreds of students to attend UAP, taking them on campus visits, and continues to sponsor them financially. One of the most notable recruits is former interim chancellor, Dr. Calvin Johnson. Mr. Booker was appointed to the Board of Visitors at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff in 1988 by Governor Bill Clinton. Mr. Booker is an active member of the Ashley County Alumni Chapter of UAPB since 1957 and is a paid member of the National Alumni Association and a member of the 101 Club. In 1984, his spiritual water organization dug and maintained 10 drinking water wells in Africa in the last 6 years. Mr. Booker is not only a pioneer, he is a trailblazer. And, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of applause for celebrating his 90th birthday on September 25th. Dr. Robert Cole was born and raised the youngest of 9 on a cotton plantation in eastern Arkansas. He knows firsthand the economic, social, and educational barriers that people in eastern Arkansas and similar places have experienced. He has always worked to eradicate those barriers. Mr. Cole has distinguished himself and brought honor to UAPB during his entire professional life. He has also been a loyal alumnus who has always looked out for the welfare of UAPB. Dr. Cole was able to attend UAPB through the good graces of his 4-H club agent in 1961. He obtained his master's degree in public and applied financial management from the American University in Washington, D.C. However, while attending the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, he majored in agriculture, graduated with honors, and received a Bachelor of Science degree in horticulture. During his years in college, he started his federal career as park naturalist at Yosemite National Park in California. His career started in agriculture with the Farmers Home Administration, the FHA, in 1966, and he continued there until 1989. His positions at the Federal Home Administration helped rural and city-dwelling low-income families and individuals acquire safe, comfortable, and affordable housing. He continued to work for the welfare of socially disadvantaged farmers and individuals as director of the East Arkansas Enterprise Community, a not-for-profit organization that addresses the health, economic, and educational needs of underserved individuals. His works included improving sewer systems, roads, bridges, and other infrastructures in small, low-income communities, as well as helping socially disadvantaged farmers grow and market their produce for profit in order to increase their financial livelihood. And he provided wholesome food for food-insecure individuals. Dr. Cole has worked at the state level to bring honor to UAPB alums as well in order to heighten awareness of the Alumni Association. He has worked with the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame, and consequently several alums from the School of Agriculture have been inducted. He is married to Ms. Betty Jean Bradley. They have 3 adult sons and 12 grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Robert Cole. Tonight, we posthumously honor A&M alumna, Miss Jimmy Lee Edwards. Jimmy Lee Martin Edwards was a native of Grady, Arkansas, who touched the lives of everyone whose path she crossed. She graduated from Merrill High School in 1954 and continued her education by receiving a Bachelor of Science degree from A&M College and a Master's degree from the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville. Upon graduation for A&M, Ms. Edwards worked as a supervisor of the laboratory school in the home economics department and taught classes in child development. By 1977, her job was expanded to include 14 counties. With high demands for her assistance, the program was expanded statewide in 1983. She also organized master upholsters in different counties, and they extended her teaching by reaching a large number of clients each year. Her philosophy was, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man a fish and you feed him for a lifetime. She retired in 1996 but continued to conduct workshops across the state for home improvement. Anyone that had the pleasure of knowing Ms. Edwards knew that the New Hope Scholarship was her pride and joy. She loved helping young people achieve their educational goals, and this was an avenue for that. Since the inception of the scholarship program, more than $500,000 with an endowment of over $140,000 has been raised, assisting over 400 needy students attending the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. What is so significant is that there are only 10 active members, but they raise the money. Ms. Edwards has been recognized on numerous occasions by her peers locally and from across the country. In 1998, she became the first woman to receive the George Washington Carver Public Service Hall of Fame Award presented by Tuskegee University and the Carrot delegation. Accepting the award on behalf of his mother is Mr. Jeffrey Edwards.
The inductees had such wonderful and interesting backgrounds. And I was sitting there thinking, my mother lived to be 90. And she would talk about the cotton and walking to school and all those things. And picking cotton and how they walked to school, but other folks might have ridden on a horse or something. And I thought about all the opportunities and whatnot that all of our inductees were blessed with. Even in the midst of trials and tribulations, you all overcame and just really succeeded in the work that you did. And the best part about it is that you came back to bless other people. And that's really, really important, is it not? Put your hands together and give it for the And so this song we want to dedicate to each one of you and to your families and to all those that help to support you, because we know we can't do it by ourselves. It takes a what? A whole village, right, to raise a child. And this song is entitled, A Change Is Gonna Come. I was born by the river in a little tent. And oh, just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it is. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it is. I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keeps telling me, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it is. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But then he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. There've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it is. A change is gonna come. Change is gonna come. Oh yes, a change is gonna come. I believe it. Do you believe it? A change is gonna come. If you believe it, stand on your feet and sing with me. A change is gonna come. If you believe it, stand on your feet and say, a change is gonna come.
2013 honorees, please stand. Judge Berlin Jones will now induct the honorees into the 2013 Hall of Fame.
Good afternoon. If each of you would raise your right hands and repeat after me, I will say aye, and if you would repeat your respective names and then repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that upon my induction into the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff Alumni Hall of Fame, I pledge myself, my time, my resources to the furtherance of the mission, goals, causes of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff National Alumni Association and the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So help me God. Thank you very much.
Will the reigning 2012 King and Queen take your final walk? The 2012 Queen is Miss Sonia Knight, and the 2012 King is Mr. Arthur Holmes. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause for the last walk of King and Queen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 courts. Miss Tawana Allen, class of '93, comes from a family that has a rich UAPB A&M legacy for which she is very proud. She has relatives from both sides of her family who have attended UAPB A&M and has worked here as well. Following in their footsteps, she entered UAPB on an academic scholarship and was an active student on campus during her years. She's a member of Delta Eta chapter of Delta Sigma Beta Sorority Incorporated, and while on campus, served as staff writer for the student paper, the Golden Lion Yearbook, and in 1993, she received a bachelor's degree in business administration. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Tawana Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the 2013 King, Mr. Johnny L. Young. Mr. Young received his Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff in May of 1975, where he majored in animal husbandry. He currently resides in Fort Worth, Texas with his wife Cecile, and the couple have one daughter, UAPB 2010 alumna, Ms. Dominique Young, who currently serves as a Human Resource Specialist with Rural Development at the United States Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C. Mr. Young has spent 34 years in government service and has been employed with the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, since October of 1986. He began his career with HUD as a single-family loan servicer and Since 2012, has served in the position of Senior Housing Program Specialist. Mr. Young is also very active in his community, where he's a member of Rising Star Missionary Baptist Church and is a lifetime member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, let us salute the 2013 Alumni King, Mr. Johnny Young. And now, let us pause for a picture. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Calvin Booker, President of the UAPB AMN National Alumni Association, will make a presentation. We are thanking Ms. Tawana Brown, runner-up, with a plaque and thanking her for her support. Ms. Tawana Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the 2013 Alumni Queen, Ms. Shayla Moore. Shayla Moore is a proud Christian mother and Pine Bluff native. She graduated from West Monroe High School in West Monroe, Louisiana, and went to school at the University of Louisiana, However, her path led her back to Pine Bluff, and she transferred in 2002 to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, where she graduated in 2005 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in General Studies with an emphasis in mass communications. She's also earned a Master of Arts degree from Webster University in Business Management and Leadership, and she's currently pursuing her PhD in Psychology from Walden University. Today, she is a resident hall coordinator for the Delta Housing Complex at UAPB. She also owns Shayla Shea Boutique and is a proud mom of two handsome boys, Frederick and Noah. Her motto is, to be successful, you must have a competitive edge. In life, she says, I believe my strongest element is being the best in all I do. She is confident that the best is yet to come. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2013 Alumni Queen, Ms. Shayla Brentley Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and receive the 2013 Alumni King and Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Our 2013 King and Queen raised over $50,000 for the National Alumni Association. Let's give them a round of applause.
How did UAPB prepare me? The Business Marketing Program. Here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the faculty works very close with us, making sure we reach our full potential. With the help of Career Services, I was able to obtain an internship with Hope Federal Credit Union. This opportunity allowed me to travel to different states and learn additional skills. The company was so impressed at how talented and prepared I was as an intern that they offered me a full-time position as program officer. That's how UAPB prepared me.
Hi, I'm Sunflower Wilson, a recent graduate with a degree in fisheries biology. As I begin working on my master's, I am confident in the skills and lessons that UAPB has taught me through instructors like Dr. Hawkness.
Sunflower challenged herself with a rigorous course curriculum. Her efforts led to numerous presentations in front of scientific audiences at state and national venues. A National Science Foundation internship gave her the opportunity to go to Alaska and work with scientists examining crustacean physiology. UAPB prepares its students for opportunities like these every day.
UAPB prepared me.
As the 6 years of sport through a brief history of the Literary Club, courtesy of the University Museum and Cultural Center, and I'm donning my AMA cap, courtesy of Mr. Eddie Nicholson. Let's get some athletic music for this Hall of Fame. The Athletic A Club is composed of students who have earned and received letters for some outstanding achievements in some phases of athletics during their years in college. And now, the 2013 honorees. Our first honoree is Danielle Randall Gasser, class of 2002. She's being honored for her accomplishments in track and field. Danielle's hometown is Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Some of her career highlights while at UAPB, she holds the Arkansas senior high school record in the 400 meter. She finished 6th in the SWAC men and women's cross country championship. She captured all SWAC titles in the 400 meter and 800 meter. She won SWAC all conference indoor and outdoor in the 400 meter, all SWAC in the 800 meter, and all SWAC academic award. Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Gasser. Our next honoree is Mr. Ray Neely, UAPB class of 1997. Tonight, Mr. Neely is being honored for his accomplishments in football. His hometown is Little Rock, Arkansas. Some of his career highlights. In college, he made 40 touchdowns and ran for over 3,700 yards. His professional highlights. He signed as a free agent with Miami Dolphins. He ran a 4.27 in the 40-yard, signed with the Oakland Raiders, and today he is the founder of SportsToday.com. Our next honoree is Ms. LaTanya Johnson-Farrell, UAPB class of 1993. Ms. Farrell is being honored for her accomplishments in track and field. Her hometown is Riceham, Arkansas. Ms. Farrell's career highlights include NAIA All-American in 1998, 1999, 1990, and 1991. She's the NAIA 100 meter hurdle champion for 1989 and 1990. She broke UAPB's record in the 100 meter hurdle, posting a 13.93. And she set a record in a 400 meter relay at 46.79. Our next honoree is Ms. Brenda Gully Williams, UAPB class of 1980. Ms. Williams is being honored for her accomplishments in women's basketball. Her hometown is Dumas, Arkansas. Career highlights for Ms. Williams include the AWISA All-Conference 1978 through 1979. Her assist average is 5.4, her scoring average is 12.6. She was conference champion in 1977 and 1978, Defensive Player of the Year in 1978 and 1979, the NBCA All-American 1977 and 1978, and she set a scoring record of 124.44. Late in the forecourt. I'm sorry about that, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, please give another round of applause for Ms. Brenda Gully Williams. Accepting the award for Mr. Lee Hardman is his daughter, Tiffany Hardman. Mr. Hardman UAPB or AMN class of 1971 is being honored for his role as a football coach for the university. His hometown is Stuttgart, Arkansas. His career highlights as a student: he played football for the team as defensive back from 1968 to 1971, and professionally, he was the 14th head coach for the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. This department coached the most wins with a 64-57 record. He coached 11 seasons at the university, and he led the Lions to a 6-4 record in the 1995 NAIA playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lee Hartman. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another round of applause for the letter A Club honorees.
I hope you all have had a good time as I have. To the National Alumni Association President, to the First Lady, Ms. Janetta, this has been an extraordinary evening of what has been an extraordinary day, of what has been an extraordinary week. As I understand the Queen said too, the best is yet to come. I really love this alumni group. I love what I've seen of this alumni group because you are passionate, because you're caring, because you're giving, because you give back to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff in so many ways, and we are grateful to you. You care about what we care about: students, the development of students, the advancement of students, and you care about the advancement of this university. Together, we and the alumni can move mountains. Together, we can move mountains. In Pine Bluff, at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, we can move mountains. I shook a lot of hands today with alumni who are visiting. I shook lots of hands with mountain movers. Before lunch, I stopped by the class of 1948. They were celebrating 65 years of graduation from this university. That means they started college back in 1944, 69 years ago, almost 70 years ago. Half the life of this institution, half of 140 years, they have been associated with this great institution, and they have been strong contributors to this institution. They have given in an endowment more than $150,000 for their class. And because of that, these mountain movers are pace setters. They set the pace. Are there any here tonight from the class of 1948? Raise your hand. Let's give them a hand. There they are. They are pace setters. They're mountain movers. People like Brother Booker. I call out Brother Booker because y'all know he called me. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I got a call from Mr. Booker back before the search even got started, when it was just getting started. He was out there searching and looking, and I don't know how he found me, but he must have been talking to some people. you know, Mr. Booker's connected. He tell y'all that stuff about he's a garbage man, but we know the truth. So somehow, my name, background came to his attention, and he called me, and we talked, and the next thing you know, when the search began, I was in it, and by sheer presence and the grace of God, I was selected in that process to become the next chancellor. So, if you don't like something that's going on here that this chancellor is doing, Mr. Booker, I believe in giving credit where credit is due. Thank you, Mr. Booker.
Thank you for that.
But seriously, I thank God for this opportunity to serve in his role and in his capacity. And there are many, many other mountain movers in this room and beyond that I have come across in this past week and that I have had the pleasure of meeting. I know that, you know, they try to get me out sometimes quickly. Where's Miss Janet? She's pushing me around, getting me through. But you know what? I love it when I get the chance to, you know, stop and just say hi. Just shake a hand. I know we got to go to the next meeting too, but I like that opportunity to touch, to reach out and touch, and to get to know the people who are graduates of this institution, who are so passionate and so caring about this institution. So therefore, it has been a wonderful week thus far, but the best is yet to come, right? The best is yet, what's the best? Well, we going out there on the field. On tomorrow, we take the field. And I'm gonna declare victory right now. I know that this is being recorded, and I know some people are going to be watching this 2, 3, 4 weeks, months from now, and they'll be able to look back and say, Alexander said it, and it came to pass. Thank you. Enjoy the evening. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Doc. Yeah. Well, it's one thing that he said that kind of brings back memories to me. It doesn't seem like it's been 43 years ago, but 43 years ago, we played Southern on their homecoming. And thanks to Wallace Francis' hands and Larry Bankston's feet, we beat them on their homecoming. So I've already talked to the Golden Lions, and tomorrow they assured me that we're going to kick Southern's butt. So on behalf of the Letter A Club, I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out to celebrate a few of our great alumni. And I also like to say something to Mr. Calvin Booker, because at least he's consistent, because every time I call him on the phone and I say, Kevin, how you doing? I'm doing good for an old trash man. But then I tell him, I say, tell me where you go get one of those trash man jobs, because I need one. So thank all you all for coming out tonight.
Thank you all. We have a lot of people to thank tonight. And we want to thank each one of you that bought tickets and to support this event. And I want you to know that all you do go to help our students at the university. And that's what this is all about. So it's not just about the food that you eat or the awards or whatever, but most of the awards are sponsored, chancelled by outside corporate companies. We never take any dollars out of our operating budget to take care of these types of things. So we want to really thank each and every one of you. First of all, I have some awards that I have to give tonight quickly. There are some people who served on this board, and everybody served on this board served free of charge. It almost costs you to serve on this board. It does cost you. We don't pay a thing. And if you're looking for a board to be on that you can pay to be on, this is the board. All right. And these people, we have 5 people who've been on the board now for 6 years. for 6 years. And I think they deserve at least some attention, and they deserve to be able, for us to be able to say thank you to them. And I think our first, Ms. Bobby Sweat, our Vice President, is our first recipient of the night. Bobby, thank you so very much. You have a plaque here. And also we gave you a traveling suitcase to go along with that plaque. Just leave it right there. We're gonna have everybody lined up. That's a gift. And on the side of it, of course, is University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, so they'll know who's traveling. Napoleon Carter, is you available? Napoleon, come on up. No, just stay there, please. Let's walk, Napoleon. 6 years on the board, St. Louis, Missouri. Serving free, being at all the meetings all across the country, giving the time. Napoleon, thank you so very much. So very kindly. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Give him his plaque and give him a traveling suitcase. So when he travels, he won't forget. Now I want to explain something. We was in the board meeting yesterday. We was in the board meeting yesterday, Chancellor, and we saw this pink stuff on Napoleon's hand. Now one thing about this board, they're not bashful. They go like, I was getting notes, Mayor. They passed me notes like, what's wrong with his fingers? What's going on with his hand? You know, we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know it was a nightlife or something. We didn't know what was going on with Napoleon. And of course, he told us he lost a bet with the Cancer Society, and he had to wear the fingernail polish because he lost the bet. But there were some people really concerned about what's going on with those fingernail polishes. Huh? Oh yeah, Gary Owens. Gary Owens. What's Gary? She kept saying Larry. Gary Owens. Come on, Gary. Gary, I've been our parliamentarian. A lot of changes made in the last several years. These are some real dedicated people, very dedicated people. Larry, here's your plaque in a traveling suitcase, so you won't forget us when you're leaving town. Can't stay too long now. You notice the suitcase is very small, so y'all can carry it back. Just because you're going off the board don't mean we're going to have committees for you to serve on. Mr. David Jones. David is one of the longest serving presidents in the country. Not only do he serve on the board, but he's also the president of the Detroit chapter. And he's the longest serving president in the country. Mr. David Jones. Come on, David. It's been a long 6 years. That's right. Congratulations. Ms. Hogard, is Curly Top here or somebody from Los Angeles that would, except for Ms. Hogard? Verla Hogard is not here tonight. Las Vegas, I'm sorry, Las Vegas. Here you go, Curly Top. Curly Top, but take it back to Ms. Hogard. Tell her we love her, and I know she's a little bit under the weather, but let her know that we really appreciate it. If you would present that to her, maybe at one of your local meetings. Okay. And make sure you give her a suitcase. I'm gonna call her. Make sure you give her a suitcase. Okay. Come on, get in line. Get in. Come here and take the picture. If you all would, please, 6 years of service, no pay, on time, on money. Please get them a hand round. Thank you so very much for what you do. Hold up, y'all. He won't know this. Hundreds of thousands of dollars raised in these 6 years from these people. Hundreds of thousands of dollars from the chapters, also from the national perspective. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate each one of you. A little surprise, huh?
You work for 6 years?
Sir. Sometimes the money get low because we have to depend on you all paying your dues and all that kind of stuff. So we run a little short sometimes. So now I want to recognize some people who go above and beyond. We have one of our clubs is a $1,000 club, and it's $1,000 plus. So tonight probably gonna shock a couple people, but when we look down our books, Chancellor, and see who's actually setting up front, but we have to make sure they're paying up front. You know, you can't set high and pay low. You set high, you got to pay high. All right? And I think we have some awards we want to give to some of the people. Who's that? Dr. Fitman, if you would please come forward. Dr. Dorothy Fitman, one of our pioneers and one of our givers. And we thank her so much, our past president. the Alumni Association. When the bills are due, Dr. Fitmont will come through. I know I am. Come on, give her an award. And just hold it there and take a picture with it and then just sit on the floor. And then I want you to stand there and sit on the floor. Thank you. Okay, we'll take it for you. Just take it. Dr. Carolyn Blakely. These are the people who have been beyond $1,000 for several years. Beyond $1,000. And we have to recognize them. We have to recognize when you serve on the board poor and people give you money, you have to recognize them. And both of them are upset with me because they don't like to be recognized. But I know what I need to do. Thank you, Doc. They'll take it back and get it to you, baby. Yeah. Thank you. One of the people are very surprised tonight, I'm sure, but you know, a lot of our dollars go to this event. We only serve free, but we also give a lot of dollars. And Steffi said, no, we have to do this. So Jeanette, if you would come forward as one of the person that go way beyond $1,000 for this country. She works hard, and she also gives our dollars to this institution. So if you would, Jeanette. And they won't let me. I don't like to give the family recognition, but this group and the committee say we have to do what's right. So we're doing what's right. Give her an award. To Ms. Janetta Booker. Thank you. Last, another person that's probably gonna be real surprised, but when we look at the books, look at the numbers, Chancellor, we know what they're paying, and we appreciate them above the $1,000 consistently. Reverend Richard Booker, come forward, please. See, even prayers cost you. We so poor you can't even pray free with us. You have to. It costs you to pray. Hold on, Reverend Booker. He thought the benediction and invocation was something he was doing, but you know, he paid for those prayers. Thank you, Reverend Booker. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you've done, Sharon. Thank you very much. Last but not least, a person who's always supported not only the association, but I look at him as a special friend, and he's a mentor to me. I don't have very many mentors. Jesus Christ is my role model, so I never had many mentors. And but this person has been a role model to me and a mentor to me, and I really appreciate him. And this person sets very high, and he pays that way. And that's Mr. Larry Cooper. Walk, Larry. What they say in church, walk. Walk. I appreciate you. Now, he paid a lot of money.
See, he don't understand who the boss is. I just want to say this, that I really have enjoyed working with Calvin. I appreciate the energy he's brought to the organization. But more importantly, Calvin, I'm often mixed up. People tell me, you look like Calvin Booker. And I said, no, Calvin Booker is my older brother. So that's my role now. This is my big brother that I'm so proud of and to be associated with.
Thank you, Larry.
My older brother, too.
Let's take one together. I guess we look alike. We broke the camera so much. See what you caused?
Yeah, my bad.
10 seconds, 15 seconds. It costs money. Time is money now. Okay, let's see how much. Let's give them a round of applause, you all. I heard a legislator say once that it takes a coal to run a train. It take gold to run a campaign, and those people help provide the gold for us, so we can continue to run this campaign to help students. Thank you all so very much. Thank you. And we want to thank all of our givers. I want to ask all the one-on-one members to please stand. These are people who've given at least $1,000. Please stand. All of our one-on-one members. Over the last couple of years, you've given $1,000. Please stand. Also, our members of the 250 Club, those who've given a 250 and above, please stand. 250 and above, please stand. Then this year we had a $500 club. If you're in the $500 club above to the 1,000, if you would, please stand. These are the dollars that help us, you all, when students are lined up outside of the door. That's the key. When students are lined up outside the door needing books, tuitions, and some people just need a few dollars, you all, to stay in school. This is where it comes from. When you pay your alumni dues, that's what it does. It helps us keep students in school. At this time, we want to recognize our chapters, I believe. Ms. Kimball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Austin chapter raised $600. Ladies and gentlemen, the Greater Kansas City chapter raised $10,157. The Southeast The Southeast Arkansas chapter raised $1,500. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Can a representative from each chapter come forward, please, to receive your award? Thank you. The Dallas-Fort Worth chapter raised $2,173. The Pulaski County chapter raised $6,836. Metro Atlanta raised $7,400. And the Houston chapter raised $10,573. Let's give a round of applause to all of the chapters.
With all the chapter given this year, we was able to present today, from January 1 through today, $90,000 to the university. to support recruitment, retention, in the university. We want to recognize the class of '63. I believe they're here tonight. I think they brought a table. Staples is class of '63 here. All right, let's give them a round of applause. Class of '63. And also, I believe the class of 1970 is here with us tonight. Class of 1970? All right, they're raising a hand over there. And we have one special award, Chancellor, that we just couldn't pass up tonight. Couldn't pass up this opportunity. And Ms. Liz Strickland, if you make your way up, please. Ms. Liz Strickland, if you make your way up. Liz served in the Chancellor's office. That's right. This is in recognition of your dedication and commitment for 38 years, you all, 38 years in the Chancellor's office. And she just retired this year. And this is the book that I really want to read. 38 years in the Chancellor's office. She knows all the stories. And so, Liz, this is the book we really, really, really want to read, all right? Congratulations. Thank you for all your support. And every time we call the Chancellor's office, you were there to support us and help us, and we thank you so very much.
Thank you, Cal.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
Quickly, of course, we want to thank all our honorees. Appreciate all of you for the dollars that you helped us raise, and those dollars help give, again, scholarship money to our students. We thank you all so very much. If you look at the souvenir booklet, you all, is one of the largest souvenir booklets we've had in a while. And those souvenir booklets mean dollars. So we appreciate all the ads and everything that you have done to support us and help us. The King and Queens in the court raised over $50,000. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for what you've done also to help buy books for students, okay? Thank you so very much. Chancellor, I want to thank you and your wife, the mayor. Thank you all for coming out being with us tonight. Reverend Booker, thank you and Sharon for being with us and serving with us tonight. All of our past presidents, our past board members, our chapter presidents, our board members, I want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. I just like to thank our students tonight. We have our honor students with us tonight, and they did a great job. Those are the guys in the red coats. And they all are, several of them maybe have left, or some of them in the back eating. These are from the Carolyn Blakely Honors College, I believe. Yeah, so we want to thank them for being with us tonight and helping us, taking up the slack to help this operation go smoothly. Very smart kids. We don't have to tell them but one time, and they did exactly what they're supposed to do. We want to thank our band. Thank you, ma'am. Very good. Very good job serving with us for the second year. We want to thank our staff. We want to thank Idora. Thank you for the voiceover. Thank you you did a great job for us tonight. Mike, thank you for all your work in the big screen. Was the food great? We changed food companies. They couldn't get the chicken right, Chancellor, so I changed company. I fired the group from last year. All right? So hopefully we enjoyed the food a little bit better this year than we did last year. One person I have to mention, the decorating crew. Arlene, where's Arlene? She's here. Thank you, Arlene, for coming out supporting us. My sister-in-law, Sandra Brentley, also supported. And let me say this, is that all the decorations you've seen, we don't have much budget. So Ms. Booker have a very shoestring budget to do the decorations. And she was in charge of our decorations. And I hope you enjoyed the centerpieces and the decoration of the table. We so cheap, Chancellor, we bought our own covers this year. We bought our chair covers, and we bought our tablecloths, so you'll see them again next year. That's right. And whatever you do, don't take those lions. We stopped at about 700 Walmarts across this country trying to find those lions. This Walmart had 2, that one had 3. We went from Atlanta through Little Rock, Memphis, back through Monroe, back to Atlanta, and we stopped at every Walmart trying to find those little lions on the table. So if y'all would, please leave the lions alone, okay? Take anything else you want, but leave the lions, all right? We gonna, yeah. Leave the lion. She said, leave like you came, okay? Don't take the lions. Whatever you do, don't take those lions. Those lions cost me a lot of gas money and a lot of time. I believe that's all the awards we have. Ms. Campbell, is that all of our awards? Let me say this to you. The Chancellor made a statement that we made the call to him. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something or somebody. I got Ms. Campbell. Ms. Campbell, where's Ms. Campbell? Where's Steffield? Come on, Steffield. Ms. Campbell is the first executive director that we've ever had at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff Alumni Association. Steffield's a 1993 graduate of this institution. Come on over here, baby. 1993 graduate of this institution. She came to us from the Morehouse School of Medicine Development Office in Atlanta, Georgia. She knows what she's doing, and she's a part of our local chapter. Her husband got a job. Danny, where's Danny? They work as a team. He's outside working in the lobby. Danny took a job in the art department. Steffield had to follow her husband. She left the School of Medicine Development Office and came to UAPB. And at the time, our administrative assistant was leaving. And when it was God sent, we had on the books to hire an executive director. Had no money. But we just had to make that move. If we're going to ever be an association that we want to be, we had to make that move. Sometimes you can't wait till you get what you need. And this is a faith step. We stepped out on faith so we can make this organization one of the best organizations we can possibly make it. And we hired Steffield. The day we hired Steffield, Chancellor, we did not have money in the budget to pay her salary. She was committed. She said, I understand the vision, Mr. Booker, and I know where we can take this organization. And I would always be in that and always think, and she's a very hard worker, she's very smart. She put this together tonight, she coordinated everything, and I really thank you for the job that you've done. And not only for this, but Founders Day, Homecoming, the summer conference, she's worked very, very hard. And where's Mr. Lackey? She got a guy that worked with her. And let me say, Mr. Lackey, wave your hand in the back. Okay, come on up, Mr. Lackey. Come on up. Now, I got to say that I hope Mr. Lackey don't get offense, but, you know, some people say, y'all got a white guy in the alumni office? So, yeah, but you know what? He's free. Somebody, as I tell y'all what, when y'all get some money to replace him being free, you bring him on in, all right? They work perfectly as a team. They get along well as a team. They work good. And I'm telling you all, there's a movement happening with this association, and I hope you can feel it. Chancellor, you're right on time with what we need for this organization and for the alumni abroad. We have 19,000 plus alumni. If we can just get you to pay $50 dues, we could solve a lot of the problems. Just $50 dues. Join a life membership. Make a contribution. That $2 million the Chancellor talked about today we could do that in a day. If you all could go back and help spread the word of what we're doing. Ms. Campbell says she has envelopes if you need one before you leave. But let me say to you why we do what we do. When a kid call us and say they come into the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, but they can't make it, Chancellor, and they can't come because they didn't have shoes. Y'all listen to me. Didn't have shoes. 3.8 some grade point average, smart kids. God gifted brains. Don't get people being poor or economically depressed with great minds. Don't get that mixed up. We have some great kids with great minds and great opportunities before them. And sometimes it's only $500 or $600 or $700 standing between them and a great opportunity in this society. That's why we do, and the board members, and the chapter presidents, and all the members of the chapter, that's why we do what we do. And we don't harbor money. When you give us money, we pass it through to the university to help the kids. Had a great-grandmother call me, Chancellor. Kid needed $723.15 to graduate. The great-grandmother called me and said, Mr. Booker, first kid in our family in the history to ever graduate, but we just don't have it. If you can help this kid, this phone calls I received, Catherine, if you can help this kid march across the stage, I will give you half of my Social Security check this month, and I'll give you the next half next month. That's why we do what we do. That's why, they need a clap. You can clap for that. You can clap for that. That's why we do what we do. So again, I want to thank all of you. And I'm sure I'm leaving something out or somebody out. But It's been a great weekend. It's been a great week. We're gonna win the football game tomorrow, as the chancellor said. Thank you, Mr. Field. Thank you, Mr. Lackey. You can take an envelope as you exit. I have to bring up one person back up. This person, I can go to bed at night, Chancellor, and have a dream. I wake up in the morning, she's working to make it happen. And Janetta, come up, Janetta. Come on up, sweetheart. Come on up. This is the lady that makes it work for us, y'all. She helps us. She does a great job. Always kicking stuff around. But I have to thank Janetta. She's with me for 29 years. I don't know what it is to be without the duties of a wife. She's been there for us. Calvin Jr. have no clue what the duties of a mother for 28 years. And we've been fortunate, we're blessed. And everything that we do, Janetta is right there with me. I don't care what organization, not just this organization, but whatever I'm involved in, Janetta gonna make sure it's right. So Janetta, thank you. I appreciate you for your support, okay? Have family members here tonight, quickly. Mother-in-law is here. Miss Brentley is here. Raise your hand, Miss Brentley, mother-in-law. Been married to a daughter for 29 years. Never had a cross word in 29 years. Can't say that about her daughter. But with a mother, I never had a cross word. Never had a cross word. Have in-laws, my sister-in-laws are here. Y'all wave your hand real quickly. Nephew here, Eric. And also the Booker clan is back here. Kansas City, Chicago, Carolinas. Raise your hand back here. Houston. Of course, Reverend Booker and Sharon from Houston. And then I have the Ashley County crew back here. Y'all raise your hand, Ashley County. That's our hometown. Thank you all for your support. Some back in the back there. I see you back in the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the UAPB AMNN National Alumni Association, thank you, good night, go Lions, and we'll see you next year.